Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I'm just kidding. Hi, I'm Marisa, and if you've been following along with me on my journey, you'll know that I did a 3-month road trip across America, which I am still obsessed with and missing so much. Today, I'm going to talk about my favorite national park. So I went to 14 national parks on my trip, and my favorite one was Bryce Canyon. I did go to the Grand Canyon, which everybody always goes on and on about, but in my opinion, I feel like that was overrated. Don't get me wrong, it's still beautiful, but it's more of a kind of big, barren, beautiful hole, essentially. And I did see it from the top, and then I did actually hike down into it, not all the way, but partial, but some of the way. There is beauty to be found everywhere. Every national park has got something different. But for me, Bryce Canyon was the most dreamy, magical fairy tale. Like, I've never seen a place like that in my whole life. Here are some of the photos. Can you see just the colors? This beautiful, vibrant orange, yellow. The rocks themselves were just beautiful shades. And just the landscape as you look out, it's like phenomenal. I mean, it looks like you're in a different planet. It looks like you're on Mars. And every single corner that we took on the 2.5-mile hike just took our breath away. I mean, there isn't a bad shot anywhere. Anywhere you go, you're going to take a beautiful photo. Unfortunately for us, we didn't take any good pictures of us together. So that's a shame. But who cares when you've got such a beautiful landscape to look at, right? So I highly recommend Bryce Canyon to everybody. If your heart is set on visiting the Grand Canyon, you can always do both. Bryce Canyon is in Utah, so it's next to Arizona. So you could rent a car and go from one to the other, no problem. Another national park that I really loved was Yosemite. I was really excited to go there because it's a really, really famous national park in California. I'd say that it's probably like top 5 most famous parks in the United States. I mean, most people have heard of Yosemite. There was that TV show recently called Untamed that was set in Yosemite, but it wasn't actually filmed there. So when I found that out, I was like, oh, because I was excited to see what the landscape was like. But Yosemite has got beautiful waterfalls, and I am obsessed with waterfalls. I have gone all over the world and seen waterfalls, and I just printed this canvas. So look how tiny I am to the huge waterfall. So this is called Vernal Falls, and we did the Mist Trail hike, which took a couple of hours, but you really feel that one because the incline is really, really steep. And you just feel like so gassed out, honestly. Once you get to the top, you're good. Then you can refresh yourself by getting soaked in the mist. I had to kind of climb up some rocks to get to this. It was very slippery. So if you do that, be careful. Make sure you have really good hiking boots. I saw people that had kind of like not proper footwear, and I was just thinking, what are you doing? Like, I saw people even with flip-flops on, and I thought, are you mad? So yeah, if you don't want an accident, make sure you bring the right footwear. There are other easier waterfalls to access in Yosemite, but this one was worth sweating your whole body weight for. Trust. One national park that I didn't get to go to, which I was super gutted about because of the government shutdown, was Verde Mesa in Colorado. This place is really interesting. You have to go and take a tour to actually see these little houses. They shut the park. They weren't doing tours, and it was such a shame because we drove like all the way. We boondocked overnight, like in a forest somewhere, to get up at 6 a.m. to go there. And then when we woke up, we realized that we couldn't go. So all the national parks are unique and offer different hikes, offer different things to look at. The one that everybody seems to be obsessed with, which I wasn't too keen on, was Zion. Me and my husband did apply to do Angel's Landing at Zion, which is a really cool hike. And then you have to walk over this narrow rock with like these chains, and that's like very adrenaline inducing apparently. You have to put yourself in a lottery to get accepted, and we were so devastated when we didn't get to do it. I mean, that was one hike that we really, really, really wanted to do and we couldn't do. Bear that in mind with some of the national parks, that if you do want to do certain hikes, you will need to enter a lottery for it. And obviously, if you traveled a long way to get there and you don't get it, you don't get to do it. Just don't be too disheartened. I really believe that things happen for a reason. So it wasn't meant to be. Okay guys, well this was just a short video. Please let me know what your favorite national park in America is and where you would recommend for me to go next time. Glacier National Park and Yellowstone are definitely on my to-do list because I have a Californian friend who has literally gone everywhere and she says that those are so beautiful and so iconic. The next time I do a trip, that would definitely be on the itinerary.